Good day, everyone. Today is going to be another backtesting session. There's nothing really going to be much special here apart from your typical episode, because I know a lot of you are actually benefiting from this, not only because you're able to see, a strategy that is actually working in real time, but you're also seeing, the actual data, proven data that this strategy works in a long period of time as long as you execute the model 100% of the time. And additional to that is the psychology and the narrative that is built behind it because I'm able to deliver my thought process on each of my trades, and there's some psychology that is involved in that as well. So hope you keep enjoying this video. Leave a like down there and subscribe to the channel, guys. That would mean a lot to me. Anyways, let's go on to this day. It's currently April 20. I just an update on April progress. Yeah, like 3 wins, no, 4 wins and a loss, and I'm currently up almost 9%. 10%? No. Yeah, pretty much 8%, I think. So yeah, guys, currently the progress here we're up like almost what? Um 14% in this account, which is really high because on really great trades I risk a lot. I risk extremely heavy. While on, lower quality trades I usually just risk 1%. And yeah, that's basically how I manage my risk here. Anyways, we have the sell side liquidity. Seems like we want to finish this sell side of the curve. We also have it until the hourly here, which is a good place. That's our draw on liquidity. I would like to see SP with some sort of like internal high here, maybe like S50 internal high. Here, let's see if we can get a sweep with this high, then we can target this until the hourly. So basically, I'm just bearish the day. And that's my thought process of the day. Let's see if we can sweep that internal high. All right, with the next three, can we have a rejection out of that, or we're just gonna remain bullish? All right, we're gonna remain bullish, guys. All of this. All right, we remain bullish, guys. So I'm gonna flip my draw here if we remain going higher. All right. All right. Nothing much happening. I don't really see anything significant at the moment. Yeah, nothing significant at the moment. Currently a 15-minute right now. Mm-hmm. All right. We rejected that 15 minutes. So it means we're like in a bullish order flow at the moment. I don't like the inverse though. Like, it's not even an inverse. So yeah, I won't take anything here. Yeah, it's a no trade day here, guys. My drawn liquidity, there's no model to present itself. Even longs. I mean, you could have taken this long, but for me, it's like super early out of market open. And it's not my draw as well. But despite, it being my draw, I rarely take entries like super early out of market open, as it tends to be extremely volatile. And, you can really see Judah swing everywhere. But here we this is like the Judah right here. Judah lower to go higher. But that wasn't enough for me to validate any sort of longs, despite, just until 15 minutes here, taking 5 minutes intermediate low. But yeah, this is a no trade day for me. It's type of day that I won't see quality setup on my system. Though there's like suboptimals, you can say like this inversion, you could have taken this inversion, or like until the hourly, or like hourly intermediate high, or like this high even. Maybe like mm, equilibrium of hourly, you could do that. Um, you know, some people might have taken this, but for me, it's not for my system and my strategy as well. So just only suboptimals on the day. Only suboptimals. So that's gonna be a no trade day for us, which is Thursday. So far for the whole month, I think I haven't had a single trade on Thursday and Friday. Yeah, so far all my trades like first 3 days of the week. But let's see, if there's something with that. All right, let's proceed to the next day, April 21. Let's look at the news on this day. There's a lot of news yesterday, but I barely felt anything. It's 9:45, so we'll be careful with that. Preferably when it's like a 9:45 PMI, I'd rather wait for like the news to come out. But it really depends if the model presents itself. Mm-hmm. Gotta try and go here. Currently in an hourly bearish gap, we can literally reverse from here, like this 15 minute until 15 minute here. That's a draw. I think this will just flush here. Mm-hmm. I'd like to take this short. It's pretty discretionary though. But I have a really strong conviction with my draw though. Yeah, I have really strong conviction with my draw here. I would like a better S&T though, because you see like a 929 high. Like, I mean, like, took out a 928 high, if you didn't hear, but I'm just gonna wait, but I have a strong conviction that we're drawing total this until 15 minutes here. Let's see if I'm right, but I'm not taking this. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't give a frick. So I'm actually wrong on that. Thankfully I did it. I want to really see a manipulation this 15 minutes before I take any sort of longs. I can take, I mean, any, yeah, I can take shorts, but I need like a manipulation at this high. All right, 15 minutes was filled. All right, I think like we're gonna remain bearish and probably drawing towards the sell side liquidity that I want to take out. I mean, this is not a sell side liquidity, but a hourly gap over here that I wanted to take out yesterday. Gonna draw, not react from that. This is our sell side liquidity, and that should finish the sell side of the curve. All right, so this hourly is flipping and flipping bearish to the next 3 minutes. So I'm leading bearish right now. So to see, can we have like a deep retrace in the 5 minute? I would love to see a free fat retrace here before taking this hourly, so we can take shorts to this hourly or even the sell side liquidity. Okay, we took it right away. So, all right, I'm still bearish because that reaction from that hourly said like, okay, I'm a reject, but I'm not longing from that point on type shit. So let's see, or want to go high at this point. I'm not taking any longs here nor any shorts there. Any of this long, you can long the inversion, but I personally don't like it. Personally. Also, I'm still 15 minutes here, so we're definitely drawing higher from this point on. But this is what I don't like about taking this 5 minute inversion. Like, where am I gonna put myself? Like here in this low? Bro. Two big stops for me. I want like a retrace, get a longs. See that? If you took this 5 minute inversion here, like let's say you went to break even, like, already get stopped out break even at that point. Those kind of stuff. My last line of defense here is gonna be this low. You have even a 15-minute version to the upside. Like I'm not shorting anywhere here. Let's say even there's an S&P. This actually was an S&P. I'm never shorting after just having S&P in this high. No, you have to just inverse to the upside. 15 minutes. So like enter here. No, I'm not shorting like that, buddy. I mean that would work, but I won't. I think it's gonna be another no trade day, guys. I don't like the structure. Yeah, good displacement. Let's say that. Good displacement, but structure just flops in my opinion. Basically, great displacement, but the structure is off. So I didn't like the structure overall of this price action on this day. I have quite a bit of no trade days, but factor of that is I'm hella up on the month, and um, at this point I just want to really execute what is like A pluses or A minuses. Apart from that, I don't want to take anything because I know I will benefit in the long run if I just keep following my systems. All right, this 15-minute intermediate low looks good. Because, if we manipulate really there, we also tap on hourly and we could try to find longs or try to go through this LR. Because we have this LR on the downside. Wait a second. All of this LR. This one is pretty much an LR here. Anyways, there's no news Monday, so let's see. That long just looks mad, bro. Type of long you would like to take is like everything that I said that I wanted. This 15-minute intermediate low has an hourly and, you know, below it, which is like shit. Price would literally react off of that, but I try to limit my trades too early in the open because I find I have a high probability on winning when it's like past 10 or like on 950 macro, all those stuff. All right, what's this high that I marked out here? It's like kind of like a previously high, but I don't really care. I just labeled them all as buy side liquidity. All right, okay, just literally much higher. What did I say? I like this zone right here. Auto rejection, but maybe if there was like an inversion here, I would take this that long. I mean, we didn't quite have that on the initial, but I don't also want to take this 5 minute inversion. My stop's a bit this low. You know, it's too steep, but I'm heavily bullish, like what I've mentioned. Do we have like SMT out of that buy side? What day was this high? PM today. Right, we don't really have an SMT out of that, so let's try to maybe target higher if price would present as model. The continuation longs. Do you think it is possible? So you have this unfilled 15 minute, gonna open by 10, or let's wait for the reaction out of this 5 minute, maybe. Do we have an SMT out of that 5 minute? Not really. Dig deeper as the 10 a.m. would open. Oh, we really went lower. Price action isn't for me, huh? With a 15-minute inversion. All right, I'm taking this short. Yep. My target's gonna be this hourly intermediate low. This is how you have to be, guys. You have to be adaptive and reactive on what the market is showing. We took this major buy side and had strong displacement to the downside. We had a 15-minute inverse. I mean, I'm not trading off of that, but that is an indication that we switch our flow. We're probably drawing lower, maybe to the sell side liquidity, but obviously I only want to take the low hanging fruit in this case. We also have until 15 minutes below our hourly intermediate low, which is a stronger draw on liquidity. We scale down to the 5 minute. We have this 5 minute rejection over here, this 5 minute for value gap, or even a VPR. And I don't know where. Yes, he is going higher while NQ is going lower. So I won't really care much about the S&P. We have this 5 minute VPR here. Just call the 5 minute, 3 minute. Do we like we're now gonna check, what's the highest time for inversion? There's no 3 minutes, so it's gonna be the 1 minute. So it's like kind of like AMD setup, accumulation, manipulation, and I want to take a distribution leg. All right. So let's take this. All right. It's an A plus setup for me, guys. A plus, A plus. Should we target the 15 minute? I mean, we can. If we had like, I'm taking this still. Deciding where would I put my take profits on this hourly intermediate low. Because we can definitely act off of that. Um, all right. I'm just gonna target this 15 minute. I have pretty strong conviction on this one. But the low hanging fruit is the hourly intermediate low. All right, so let's take this. Um, let's just risk adequately. All right, it's not an adequate risk in my opinion. All right, let's risk adequately in this trade. A little over a percent. Mm-hmm. Okay, taking it short here. A plus shorts, in my opinion. The narrative is there. Right, get it. Oh shit, I got stopped out right away. Wow. All right, got stopped out there right away, guys. Mm-hmm. What did we do wrong? Hmm. Honestly, it's an A plus. Like. We're delivering from the buy side liquidity, we had inverse giving it to the downside. We had a strong rejection out of this 5 minute. Because at that point, like this 5 minute literally flipped. We got an inversion to the downside, which is pretty strong. We have like an accumulation, we had the manipulation, then I want to get the distribution leg. But for me, this is an A plus loss, guys, a really good loss. It's really part of statistics. You're not always gonna win. And um yeah, I've been winning for a bit. You will eventually hit like, a setback, in this case a loss, but it's a pretty good loss part of statistics, and it's a type of loss that I'm glad taking. Because what does that mean? It just means you're gonna be having a higher chance of being back on a win streak if you're coming off from a lose streak. So that's gonna be all for today, guys, on this session in this episode. Hope you learned a lot. We had like what, two no trading days. It's just you have to understand that every day is a good higher quality day. On this day, I was being reactive and adaptive on what the market presents, and I do believe it's an SL setup from my system. Because delivering from a buy side liquidity, um, we had a really strong displacement to the downside, giving us like a 15-minute inverse. We had reactive until 5 minutes, and I'm targeting here on until 15 minutes as well as our intermediate low. with a good rejection out of that, and I just want to get the displacement lower, but we failed to do so. You see what active price is? All right, this is what the price is saying. Just stop this out, eventually going lower. So the draw liquidity wise, I am correct, but this doesn't really hold like a weight on me because draw liquidity is pretty easy to determine is when you take an entry. So in this, what could have I done better? Mm, just look at this rejection out of this candle. Like, who would have expected we're gonna reject from that? Like, you can see this candle over here. Just rejected that. There's no 15 minute, 5 minute here. Mm, yeah, honestly, I don't think I would have caught that short in any way, shape, or form. Anyways, yeah, because there's no short model here that was presented on this. And yeah, draw liquidity was taken out on the day. I was pretty right on that, but it is what it is, guys. You really have to find the entry. For me, this was the valid entry for me. All of this drop here that what happened on after we lost the trade, I won't even able to take any sort of short. And yeah, it's gonna be all for today, guys. Hope you learned a lot from this video and being able to adapt, how you may think and also build your narrative discretion as you do this back testings with me. That's all for today's video, guys. And always reminding, every time you follow the rules, you will be rewarded. Every time you don't, you will be punished. That's all for today's video, guys. Peace out.